How are you doing? I hope this video can make you do a little bit better. So today we are doing one of my absolute favorite videos, and that is a book haul. I love books, and over the holidays in December I went to the library and I got myself a thick stack of books ready to read away all holiday. And when I was standing at the checkout line at the library, this lady that was in front of me was like, oh, like, I'm so excited, it's holiday after all, like I need to be reading a lot of books. And I was like, yes girl, exactly. Turns out the whole holiday I only read one book. but I'm still gonna finish the rest slowly but surely. So let me show you the books. So this is the first book that I want to show you, and it is called Room by Emma Donoghue. I absolutely loved this book. So it says, Room is a book to read in one sitting. When it's over, you look up, the world looks the same, but you are somehow different, and that feeling lingers for days. That is absolutely how I felt with this book. Oh, I should just give like a quick warning, like a trigger warning, that some of these books cover a bit more heavy topics. So if you're very sensitive to those kind of things, maybe skip this. You're welcome to give it a try, but if at any point you feel uncomfortable, please click away. It's not worth upsetting yourself over, okay? So this book actually dealt with a heavy topic. It is about a woman who got taken by a man when she was 19, and he ended up keeping her in his basement, holding her prisoner basically, and then he got her pregnant and she had a baby, and the baby's name is Jack. But so this is a tragic story, right? But it's not unique. Like, we've heard stories like this before, but what made it so interesting is the book starts on the baby Jack, on the baby boy, on his 5th birthday, so he was 5 years old, and then the book is told from Jack's perspective, which is very interesting because it's so kind of like more heartbreaking to hear Jack describe these things that are happening to them in such an innocent and childlike way, and it really hooks you. Like, you cannot put the book down. I didn't finish it in one day because when I started reading it, I was still working. I wasn't on holiday yet, but every time I was like forced to put it down for work, I was like, okay, I cannot wait for my working day to be done so I can pick this up again. And I finished it in like 3 or 4 days, I think. But definitely recommend. It's a very like easy read because it's told from a child's perspective, so it's really great for if you maybe haven't read for a while and you've been trying to get back into books but you're just not sure where to start. This one will just instantly get you hooked back in, and you'll get through the book pretty quickly, I believe. So definitely recommend this one. Once I finished Room, I started reading this one. So this one is called The River, and it is by Peter Hiller. I'll read you what they say at the back. it says, two friends, Win and Jack, have been best friends since their first day of college, brought together by their shared love of literature and great outdoors. When they decide to take time off university and canoe down the Masqua River, let me just pronounce that correctly. I believe it's Masqua River. In northern Canada, they anticipate the ultimate wilderness experience. No phones, no fellow travelers, no going back. But as a raging wildfire starts to make its way towards them, their idyllic expedition becomes a desperate race for survival. And when a man suddenly appears claiming his wife has vanished, the fight against nature's destructive power becomes entangled with a much deadlier game of cat and mouse. The only thing more dangerous than a burning forest is a man's thirst for revenge. So, that sounds very interesting, right? But I got to chapter 5 of the book and I realized that I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's a bad book. It's just they go into a lot of detail about their outdoor canoe trip and about their camping next to the river and about fishing, and I do think it's something that maybe someone who loves camping or who loves to learn about the outdoors would enjoy, but for me personally it was just it was not really topics that I'm particularly interested in. I love the outdoors, but I'm not someone who will go sleep in a tent for a week without a phone. So I wasn't really too interested in their aspects of that and what they were eating and, how they were staying warm and all that stuff. So that kind of ruined the story for me. But as I said, I still think it's a great book, and someone who loves the outdoors would enjoy this even more, but it just wasn't for me. Okay, so the next book is this one. How beautiful does this look? It is called At the Water's Edge by Sarah Gruen. And then this author, Sarah Gruen, wrote another book called Water for Elephants, and I have actually listened to the audiobook for Water for Elephants before, so it's pretty cool that I found an actual book that she wrote. So now I can compare the audiobook to the reading book. So it sounds like it's a bit of a love story. It says a gripping and poignant, I do not know how to pronounce that word, poignant, I think, love story set in a remote village in the Scottish Highland at the end of the Second World War, as hunting and memorable as Sarah Gruen's internationally best-selling book Water for Elephants. Early 1945, and Philadelphia socialites Maddie and Alice Hyde are cut off financially by Alice's wealthy father. To Maddie's horror, Alice decides that the only way to regain his father's favor is to succeed in a venture he attempted and very publicly failed at. They will go to Scotland and they will hunt the famous Loch Ness Monster. But reality is very different, and Maddie finds herself under threat from more than bombs and monsters. So that is the synopsis. to be very honest, the Loch Ness Monster, like, you had me at Loch Ness Monster. So I'm very excited to read this book. This one we have looks a little bit more sinister, and it's called Buried Lies by Christina Olsen. And it says that it's about 5 brutal murders in 2 countries. A woman confesses to the killings and then leaps off a bridge to her death. Her brother insists that she was innocent and he wants the case reopened. But how do you vindicate a deceased person? That's very interesting. It sounds a little bit like true crime-ish, which I like. I think it's very exciting. And I like this like, when it's written like this. Like, I don't know, sometimes books are written in a strange font. This one looks nice, and the size of the book is quite comfortable for me to hold. Like that book I showed you about the river, that was a bit too big for me. So I don't know, I get good vibes from this book. Okay, and then this next one is called Leaving Time, which is by Jodie Picoult. Let's see what it says. Okay, Jenna McAuliffe was with her mother the night that she disappeared in a tragic and mysterious circumstance, but she remembers nothing. Over 10 years have passed, and still Jenna reads and rereads her mother's journals, hoping to find some clue hidden there in the meticulous recording of her scientific research with elephants. Desperate for answers, Jenna uses all her savings to recruit the aid of a private detective and a psychic. Jenna knows that her mother loved her. She knows that she would not have left her, and she will not rest until she finds out what happened that night. So that's very interesting. It's like the daughter was there when the mother died, but she cannot remember a thing. That must be so frustrating. So I'm very excited to read this one as well. Let me know in the comments what type of books you typically enjoy, like what genre. I'd be very interested to know. So at the library, I also bought a few books. They are extremely affordable at the library. It's like under $1 per book, which is really cool. So it's normally like older books, but I love owning books. One day when I live in a bigger house, I want to have a big bookshelf full of books. So I'm collecting them slowly but surely. So I bought this one, which is called Summer Water by Sarah Moss. And then I bought this one, which is called Prepared for Greatness. So you can see it looks like old books, but it still looks... So you can see it looks like old books, but it still looks pretty decent inside. Like, I'm very happy to own this. And then I bought this one. How pretty is this? Just look at that. It's so cool. It's got a nice hardcover, and then it has these little short stories. So it's called The Angels Weep, All the Days Were Summer, Winter Harris, Sadie, Chaperone Matchmaker, and Reader's Digest. So pretty, so fun. I absolutely love books. Okay, so now I have one more thing to show you, and I'm so excited about it. So I decided to go into the children's section in the library and get this cute little book with children's stories in it. The illustrations are just so just wanted to use it in this video for some fun and read you a story or two to help you fall asleep. This book is in Afrikaans. It's not in English, but I hope you still find it relaxing. So it's called Slop Stories vir kinders. Slop Stories. Slop Stories. Slop Stories. Slop Stories. Which is like sleep stories. Sorry, it's so cute. Let me open it and I will show you. I'm looking for it. Oh, this is so cute. Look at this little illustration. It is just adorable. Absolutely cute. Alright. Oh, this is giving me so much nostalgia from my younger days. I remember all these stories. Okay, so I'm looking for one that I can read to you that's not too long. Okay, I think I'm gonna read you from Belina because I love this story. Let me just find it. Belina, which is called Melina in Afrikaans. Melina. So I'm gonna read you this story. It says, Lang gelede was daar 'n meisie wat gebore is uit 'n pragtige blom wat uit towersaad gegroei het. Omdat die meisie baie klein was, het haar ouers besluit om haar Melina te noem. Hulle het vir haar 'n bedjie in 'n neutedop gemaak. Eendag, terwyl die meisie rustig in haar bedjie slaap, spring 'n groot brulpadda by haar oop venster in. Toe die padda haar sien, roep sy uit, "Kyk net hoe pragtig, sy sal 'n perfekte bruid vir my seun wees." Maar padda is vasberade om die meisie saam met haar te neem en stoot die neutedop met haar kop by die venster uit. Dit val toe in die stroompie wat verby die huis loop. Jy kan seker dink hoe groot Melina geskrik het, toe sy wakker word en sien sy dryf op die water en twee lelike brulpaddas staar na haar. "Ek hou eintlik niks van hierdie bruid nie, mamma," sê die paddaseun vir sy ma. "Dan moet ons haar maar laat gaan," sê sy ma. Arme Melina dryf toe op 'n lelieblaar en beland in 'n rivier. Gelukkig sit daar 'n lente kwewer op 'n tak wat oor die rivier hang. Hy sien haar en dink sy is baie mooi. Die kwewer vlieg nader, hy tel haar op en dra haar na sy huis toe. Hier stel hy haar belang aan sy vriende, maar hulle dink sy pas glad nie by hom nie. Hulle sê, "Wat 'n vreemde skepseltjie. Sy lyk glad nie soos ons nie, nie eens 'n bietjie nie." Die lentekwewer vlieg met Melina na Koringland en los haar stoksie alleen daar. Die meisie het 'n daglaas geëet en gaan soek dadelik kos. Uiteindelik, net voor die son onder, ontmoet sy 'n gawe meisvroukie wat haar na haar huis toe nooi. "Kom bly by my, dan stel ek jou voor aan my buurman, meneer Mol," sê die meis. Hy's amper heeltemal blind, maar baie ryk. "As jy met hom trou, sal jy nooit weer honger wees nie." 'n hele paar dae gaan verby. Melina is al lekker tuis in haar nuwe huis toe meneer Mol een oggend aan die deur klop. "Kom gou, daar lê 'n swaalkie op die grond net buite my huis. Ek is bang sy's dood." So this is the little birdie that ended up in the mole's house, where Melina ended up. So, when I was younger, I used to really love being read to. So I always had my dad read me these bedtime stories. And then at some point I was like, no, but I want to read more. So I tried to read these books myself. I didn't want to wait for someone to have to read for me. So I remember there was this one book that I had that also had little kitties stories like this. And I would just sit there and there was this one word that I couldn't figure out. So I would just I would keep reading the whole book until I get to that word, and then I couldn't figure that word out. And then once I did, I finished that whole book by myself, and I was so happy. I've always loved books. It's such a beautiful thing. These illustrations. Look at these cute little mice. Like, aren't they adorable? Like little mousy one, little mousy too. And their little cheese wedge. That's so cute. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know. I can always do more reading videos, or I can read in different languages, or I could just talk more about books. I just didn't want to make this too long and boring, but let me know what you enjoy, and I'm always happy to make more videos for you, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video.